Hi everyone. Am I a bit low? Well, that's made it worse. Welcome to a review of Captain Marvel. I saw it yesterday and planned to make this review last night, but I got a bit carried away with the drawing I was doing. Probably don't care. Here it is. Christ, it looks even worse on camera. That's going to be my new thing, by the way, to do like a drawing every time I come back from the cinema when I see a film. Only if I enjoyed the film though. So that must mean I enjoyed it. So before I go into the spoiler-filled review, it's spoiler-filled because I feel like I can't talk about some things without going into spoilers. Me and Cam did this little vlog thing because he stayed the night, and I thought it would be fun to record it, so enjoy that. Hi everyone, enjoy my camera.
No, you're not.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to see Captain Marvel tomorrow, so he's staying around the night, and yeah, we're going to see it in the morning. Watching some Among Us.
Hello, Matt's YouTube channel. I've broken my arm.
God, that's going to go so bad.
For God's sake. Dead! Dead! He died!
What are we watching?
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Right, we're watching Deadpool 2. We've just finished. We just finished the Avengers. Get off my no. Alright everyone, so we're about to go to Captain Marvel, aren't we?
No, we're going to watch Frozen 2.
Big. Chungus. Cameron.
We're watching O.
We're watching O, my favourite film.
Hello.
Let's get on with the review. So if you've looked online at any reviews, you'd find that not a lot of people like this film. It's not really received that well. It's done really well at the box office, which is great. But yeah, a lot of critics aren't fond of it. It makes me look bad now. Like, it makes me look like really dumb because I actually like it and so many people don't. But still, like, I get from a critical standpoint, from the pacing, the direction, the writing, I don't know, it's probably not great. And that's why so many critics don't like it that much. But from an enjoyment standpoint, which is what I rate films on, to be honest. Like, I'm not a big film critic. I know I'm doing a review, but not once in this review am I going to talk about the pacing, the direction, the tone, because I don't know how to talk about those kind of things. I'm not a professional critic. I can't talk about that kind of stuff. It's too advanced for me. I just see films to enjoy them, and I rate them on how much I enjoyed them. And I actually really enjoyed this film. I found a lot of enjoyment in it, and also I just like Marvel films, and so even the ones that aren't considered that great, like Thor: The Dark World and Iron Man 2. Yeah, those films aren't great, I admit that, but I still find some enjoyment in them in the same way that I enjoyed this film. And I actually think it's a good film. I actually think it's pretty good. I think there's a lot of stuff going for it. I think it did kind of fall into this stereotypical like storyline of, oh, the main heroes lost their memory, this is them trying to get their memory back. But I like the way they did it, and I think it was a really interesting way of giving this character different sides. It's a very multifaceted character because her life is split up basically, and she remembers different things from different points of her life. So it really adds some more sides to her character. There's like a human side, there's a side where she was believed to be an alien in space and doing all these space stuff. I think it really developed her character a lot more to see who she was in these different lives almost. Brie Larson actually did pretty well. A lot of people have hated on her performance. I don't get that. I think she was great. Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury. I mean, I never thought I'd say that he does well when he doesn't swear, but he does do really well in the Marvel films as Nick Fury. And I think this film gave him a lot more action and made him a lot more grounded, because this is before he was the Nick Fury that we know. The guy with the eye patch, you know, the guy who put the Avengers together. He was just an ordinary spy. I mean, I guess I get that spies aren't ordinary, but still, he was closest to normal as we've ever seen him, and I think that really made his character feel grounded. and feel a lot more realistic. Also, we get to find out how his eye was, you know, ruined. A cat scratched it. I mean, a lot of people hate that, but I thought it was kind of funny. Like, I think it's kind of ironic to have such a badass character and to have spent so long thinking he lost it in some badass accident and then have it scratched out by a cat. I thought it was pretty funny. Okay, I actually support that they did that. I think that was good. From a visual perspective, this film is spectacular. Like, it's even better to see it in the big screen, because I don't go to the cinema often. Usually I just buy films when they come out. And also the main reason why I never really went is because the kind of films that I like to watch I wouldn't be able to get into the cinema to see because they're like 18. Seeing it on a big screen was amazing. You know, everything was rendered, everything seemed real. The Skrull were great to see, because in a lot of the Marvel comics that I have over here, I literally just slapped Civil War there. A lot of the Skrull as a race are in there, and I think they were done really well in the film. On screen, I think they're kind of morphing sequences. Yeah, I think that was really interesting on how they did that. The CGI was gross. Like, it looked disgusting how they literally transformed, but it was a more realistic kind of morph. You saw their skin kind of split open and fold out into another person. I thought it was really interesting how they did that. And then obviously, if you've seen the film, spoiler obviously, the Skrulls, they turn out to be the good guys, and it turns out the guys that Captain Marvel was working for, they're the bad guys, and I thought that was a great twist. Wasn't expecting it, and I really like the film for doing that. But one thing I want to talk about is the Tesseract. They found the Tesseract, and for those of you who don't know, it's the first Infinity Stone that we see, and we see it in Captain America the First Avenger for the first time. And that was set in 1942. This is set in like the 1990s, I think. I don't get how it was there. I mean, there's a chance, and I think there's a theory going around, but let me tell you a bit about it. So basically, it was stored on a spaceship which Marvel had in space, and it was in there, and it was cloaked, the ship was, and it just made me think, how is that there when Red Skull had it, and then he was sent to that place in Infinity War, and Captain America was buried with it in the ice, and then Howard Stark found it, and then we go straight to the Avengers, and Nick Fury's in possession of it. How has it got up in that spaceship in that amount of time? I think there is a theory that's going around, and it is very plausible, that Howard Stark gave it to Marvel somehow. Maybe they were in contact and wanted to store it somewhere safe or something, or she might have had an interest in it. And then in this film we do see Nick Fury get into possession with it. So I guess that is kind of plausible. So my presumption, it's probably wrong, it might be wrong, but I think it's pretty plausible, is that Howard Stark gave the Tesseract to Marvel to put in that ship, and then we see in Captain Marvel how Nick Fury came to own it, and that's where it is in Avengers, the first one. So I think that's pretty plausible, but it scared me a little bit, because I was like, okay, is this a possible retcon? To be honest, I don't really have a lot of trouble with this film. I actually really enjoyed it. I thought the character development was good, I thought the Skrulls were good, I thought the big twist was great with the people who we presumed were the good guys were actually the bad guys. I thought that was really well done, and it really subverted my expectations. And also, it's just a Marvel film. Like, I like Marvel films, so I couldn't really hate this film. Yeah, seeing it on the big screen, it looked great, from the visuals to the character development to just being a Marvel fan. Like, I can't really hate any Marvel films. I think they're all great, and I think the end credit scene was amazing and sets up Endgame really well. So that was my review. I'd say Captain Marvel is worth buying at full price. So that was my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.